in Chicago and then the New York Marathon in early November. All right, we'll check back with Amanda in a moment, but primetime timings women's steeplechase finally is here, and so too is Val Constein.
Well, Val Constein's a two-time Olympian. She's the third fastest American of all time. She ran that time winning the Olympic trials last year. She has a new coach this year, Sean Carlson, and they decided to have a more slow approach to the season. So she really had a slower start to the year, but she feels like she's ready to hit on all cylinders now.
And a host of others want to make Team USA this year, including Gabby Jennings.
Jennings was fourth at the trials last year, but she trains with and is mentored by Emma Coburn, and they really feel like this year her strength has caught up to her talent. She has run really well this year. She's run a lot of personal bests. She comes in with the fastest time in the country, and she is calm, cool, and collected. She knows what she's ready to do.
And the top finisher for Team USA in Paris was Courtney Wayman.
Courtney Wayman has made every team since 2022, the last 3 years, and made the final at both World Championships and the Olympic Games. She always seems to find a way to get herself onto these teams. She's a very good championship racer.
So we're going to have this field lining up for 7.5 laps after watching a fabulous men's steeplechase. You know, without Emma Coburn competing this year, you've got a new generation of steeplechasers coming up, but you know, Team USA has really developed into a very consistent steeplechase pool of athletes.
I think this is one of the harder teams to make this year. The women are running really, really well. Multiple women with that world standard. You know, the bar has just been raised and they have stepped up to it. There's so many good women here, including women that are still in college or just graduated from college. This is going to be a very, very difficult team to make.
There are 6 women in this field. Now is 11, as Ali Ostrander was a late scratch. 6 of these women have the World Championship standard. It's gotten a little more confusing to explain how to make the world team. It used to be just top 3 from Team USA would go, but they've made the standard harder, and then they use world rankings to fill the pool, and we've talked about that in the context of like the 10,000 meters.
Yeah, I mean, it's a difficult situation to describe, but I have to tell you, I feel like they're going to run the standard here today. You know, Val Constein, after the first round, was saying the reason we see such good leaps in the steeplechase in racing conditions is because it's very difficult to replicate this in training. It's hard to have people around you and bumping you while you're running over barriers. So we really see these big leaps in these races. This is such a deep field. I don't think we're going to be worrying about time at the end of this race. I think it's going to be fast enough.
9 minutes and 18 seconds is that World Championship standard. So if you get it and you make the top 3, you're going to Tokyo. Pretty simple sequence there to explain.
Yeah, and I don't think this is like years past where we've seen 2 or 3 women break away. I think this is going to be a tighter pack. There's just a lot more women that have that standard and are very, very close to it. We do see women take the lead here and sort of control this effort from the beginning.
Angelina Napoleon moving up on the outside in that North Carolina State Wolfpack uniform out of Allegheny, New York. ACC champion, was 3rd in the steeplechase. And then Holiday Lowry, who was the runner-up for BYU. We talked about BYU. They are very well represented in the steeplechase.
Oh, absolutely. And Holiday Lowry has had such a good year. 2nd at the NCAA championship, running 9:08. An incredible time for a collegiate athlete. Rolls right into a pro career. She's in 3rd right there. Very confident. Her coach, Dilgy Taylor, they all just believe in her so much, and they're always very, very well prepared for these races.
Hip number 8 is Gabby Jennings, and then you see Mitchell on the inside. Kaylee Mitchell, hip number 1, who competed at Oregon State just up the road in Corvallis. Now for the first time we see Constein settling into 5th position as they start to roll through these early laps. Again, 7.5 laps of this track as they work their way down the backstretch for the 2nd time.
And we see Kaylee Mitchell with that hip number 1 in 4th position, also having a good year. You're going to hear that from all of these women. This really has been a breakthrough year for so many of these women. We've seen their times and their PRs just coming down, and I really think that Courtney Frericks and Emma Coburn really laid that groundwork of what is expected to be at the top level, and they always dreamed that they could be on the podium. And so here we see this big step up across the board in American women's steeplechasing.
And Courtney Wayman now established herself with the lead with Jennings, Napoleon, and Holiday. And there is Diljeet Taylor. Thumbs up. That's the message here
She coaches Courtney Wayman. They have a long-term relationship. Wayman ran at BYU, and they've had so much success together. But of course, Holiday Lowry behind them now in about 4th position, also training with them. So there's just a lot of overlap in these athletes. A lot of them train together. They've known each other for years.
She was the one that got to call Courtney and tell her she had made the Olympic team, because that was an after the trials reality for her. And again, top American finisher last year on the purple track in Stade de France. They are right now pacing 10 seconds under the World Championship standard at 9:08, with a lot of firepower here in front with Waymont, Holiday, Jennings, Napoleon, and then we see Markosic and Olivia Markosic, who ran for Notre Dame, one of the most tough moments of the trials last year, where she was in position to make the team but fell in the last stretch.
Yeah, she was in 2nd place and went down, still got up and ran a PR. She's had a rough year this year. She had mono and then a stress reaction, but she's benefiting from these late championships. She's gotten some good training. We see her with hip number 9. She's back in this pack. She knows she can run with these women, but I just think this is going to be a hard, gutsy effort. All of these women know how good the rest of the women are, and they're really going to have to leave it all out there to make this team today. Wayman continues to lead, but Napoleon on her outside, Paul, has had an incredible year. Over 42nd personal best every time she goes out there, and she talked about how she wanted to make that next leap, but she didn't really understand just how hard it would be to make that jump, and she's put in the work, and she's so excited to be here.
And not intimidated one bit in this race on the hot pace. Just a half stride behind Wayman, with Jennings, Holiday Lowry, Mitchell, Constein, and Ellis as this lead group of 9 kind of condensed just a little bit, but usually see that expand as they come to this water jump, because everybody just needs space.
Yeah, you see them sort of move out and give each other a little bit of room. I do like where Gabby Jennings is positioned there in the red. She has been the fastest American this year, and she has so much confidence. You know, I talked to her teammate and mentor, Emma Coburn, about how this year has gone, and Emma actually got emotional saying how proud she was of Gabby Jennings, how hard she's worked, and how she's really stayed the path when things were tough. She's really hoping to make her first team here today.
So coming up on 3 laps to go, with they dropped off the pace just a little bit in the last lap to about 9:15 pace, 74.92 on that first full lap around to the finish line. Now about 9:16, but it's still under that world record standard. Constein, Jennings, Wayman, Mitchell, Holiday Lowry, and Markosic in that group. They all have the world standard.
Yeah, this is a good race. Nobody can relax right now. Everybody has to put up a fight. You're going to have to run hard in these final stretches to make this team, and this is just so impressive. And again, this just speaks to how much women's steeplechase in the United States has grown and benefited from having Courtney Frerichs and Emma Coburn lead the way, win medals at the Olympics and the World Championships. These women have grown up knowing what was possible, and we're seeing the result of that. A little stumble from Jennings there out of the water pit.
3:09.92 on the 2nd kilometer, which was a little bit slower than the first, so they kind of used that as kind of the middle stanza, but the third act of the play is about to unfold. They'll come to the line with 2 laps to go, and now 7 in that lead group. And Napoleon still trying to lead this group as they'll gear up for this last 800.
We're going to go back to that water jump here a little bit, and this is where things can get a little bit dangerous. Gracie Hyde down there. Not a good feeling. She gets herself up. She's going to try to collect herself now, but we're starting to see a move here in the front here. Holiday Lowry going to the front and pushing. Remember, she was just a BYU athlete just a few days ago in her pro debut here, leading the U.S. Championship. And
there is Hyde, who has elected to end her run on this afternoon. So Holiday Lowry, Napoleon, Kaylee Mitchell is in 3rd, with Wayman, Constein, Markosic, and Jennings. But what a change in this race, opening up over the last 400 meters, and in full flight is Holiday Lowry. She's got almost 10 meters
she had her eyes on this the whole year. Yes, she had the collegiate season, but she always had in the back of her mind that she wanted to perform well here. And it's incredible to see her after such a long season really stretching this out. But Napoleon is a huge story for me, Paul. What a dark horse. Who would have pictured at the beginning of the year controlling so much of this race today and running in second? We see Val Constein, last year's champion, trying to get past Kaylee Mitchell into that third position.
And Chrissy Gear is moving up. She's in fifth. She won a U.S. title a few years ago. Markusic's trying to find something into the tank, but the all-important final round jump here. And outsailed as is Napoleon. With Constein in third, here comes Chrissy Gear into fourth. One barrier to go. And Holiday Lowry in control. Napoleon looks behind. She's running out of gas. Constein and Gear fighting for Team USA. Holiday Lowry, Napoleon, and Constein.
She's got the World Championship standard.
And correction there, as that was Kaylee Mitchell, not
So good.
Constein.
I'm sorry,
My apologies to her. She comes in third as we had such a deconstruction of that lead group over the last 200 meters. And look at that moment of realization. We're going to Tokyo.
I mean, these two just finished second and third at the NCAA Championships, and now they're going on to represent Team USA. Just so impressive what these two women have done after such a long year. But look at Holiday Lowry over this final barrier, and look at her form here. She is just on a new level this year. She is a believer. She believes in what she's doing. She's showing up. She's doing the work. She's taking joy. She says, I look forward to the racing. That's the high. And she just showed it out there today. An excellent time. And we see here this battle for that third position. Mitchell had it, and it almost looked like Gear was going to get her, but Mitchell responded. Look at the knee lift. She saw that she was there, and she found another little Gear to hang on and make her first Team USA.
And for Lexi Holiday Lowry, a moment of fulfilled expectations as she extends her season into September, and Napoleon and Mitchell will join her in a fabulous race, top 6 all under that World Championship stand.